What's going on, guys? And today I'm doing another rebuilding video, and this time it is of the Minnesota Timberwolves. I have done 2 rebuilds so far. I believe it was the Knicks and the 76ers. And I know I have a MyGM for the Timberwolves, but I haven't done that in a while. I might go back to that. But anyways, I'm rebuilding the Timberwolves. I might have some overlaps in philosophy for both teams, as I'm trying to rebuild them to a championship. However, this one, in my league, I feel a lot less realistic is the way to go. As you saw, I traded away Pekovic and Kevin Martin for Eric Gordon. Just wanted to dump some salary, and then I flip Eric Gordon and some other junk, and I pick up Derek Favors, a guy who always does really well for me in 2K. And I have Tayshaun Prince on the team. I don't think he fits, so I trade him away, and I'm picking up a second-round pick and Tariq Black. Doesn't really matter with those pieces. I just wanted to get some new faces on the team. So I'm trying to find a backup point guard, and I end up picking up Isaiah Cannon. He's an alright player, not a huge fan of him, but it's a good piece to add. So I also have to pick up Carl Landry's contract, so I'm looking who I can dump that contract to, and Memphis decides to take it, and I get Mario Chalmers, a guy who's playing very, very well this year. And just a little bit of news about what I'm doing. First off, if you don't know, you probably won't, that this is actually on 4x speed as of right now, what you are seeing me simulate the season. And that's a little bit at 2K for does it take so long for a season to simulate. It takes at least 8 minutes, which is kind of crazy. Well, a few years ago, it would look like this speed that you're seeing on the screen right now. Also, I made Zach LaVine a shooting guard, because I believe he is a shooting guard in real life. I know he's really their backup point guard, but shooting guard is his natural position. It did move him up a couple overall spots, but I think that's the best way to go. So I mentioned it in my GM of the Timberwolves, and I didn't want to do it in there because that one's much more realistic to real life. At least I'm trying to make it that way. While this one's a lot more fantasy and more fun, and that's why I'm able to win championships very fast. It's because, I mean, in real life you're not going to be trading away half your team. That's very unrealistic, but that's why I make these videos anyways. So going off that tangent, so LaVine is now my starting shooting guard, and my whole view upon this was there are a bunch of really good young guys, and I just want to build around them and try to get rid of all the veterans. I can't get rid of Garnett, as he does have a no trade clause, and he's like 39 anyway, so he has no value. And I'm not adjusting with his no trade clause, because in reality he's not leaving the Timberwolves unless he's going to retire. So I was trying to get rid of everyone and just build around with a bunch of young pieces, and that's how you saw I got Derek Favors. So my front court of Favors and Towns is pretty solid. And here are some awards, and Towns ends up winning Rookie of the Year, averaging 19, 11, and 2 blocks a game. I believe he shot like 30% from deep. And I was kind of surprised. The 6th Man of the Year and I think Most Improved Player was Nikola Mirotic for both. And I don't know. That would probably not happen in real life. We missed the playoffs with a 39-43 record. I wasn't too surprised by that, so I simulated the season as the Cavaliers win the championship. Anyways, Garnett retires at the end of the season, sad to see, but there's a lot of guys who retired as well. I'm always really surprised by is the coaches. Now I'm just jumping straight to the draft, and this entire time I was trying to find a way how to get the top pick or the top 2 pick, and you're going to see me like just scramble, and I did it fast paced because I really don't want to talk entirely about it, because this would take a while, and I'm just looking for anything to go get that number 1 pick, because I love Ben Simmons. Of course, if the Celtics get Ben Simmons, I know that Bill Simmons will probably explode and cry and like just absolute delight. I'm kind of a Boston fan. They're my second favorite team, and that'd be great to see. He is a real talent. However, I wasn't able to get him. There was no trades really available. I think there was one. I might have cut it out. It might have been up there, but I had to give away like Towns, and I'd get, I think it was Noel and the number 1 pick, and I'll pass on that one. So our pick's coming up very soon, and I'm thinking of one guy the entire time of who I want to get, and at this point he's still available, and you're going to see me go and find him out. I'm not going to talk about who he is until you actually see him. I'll just say he does not go to my favorite college in terms of I don't know, I don't like the college that he goes to, but watching his high school mixtapes and his videos, he looks very talented. I think he can do decent in the league. He needs to definitely gain some strength. Then again, he's only like 18 right now, so it's understandable. I was looking at Karis LeVert, I don't know how to say his first name, but I really couldn't get into him. There's Brandon Ingram, pretty nasty. And I see other guys down there, such as Taco Falls, but he's only 7 foot. In reality, he's 7'6". They didn't make him too realistic. And yes, I am using draft classes now. I just chose the number 1 rated. because I tried it in a video. Well, not I didn't even make a video. I just tried it on my own, and it seemed pretty realistic or decent enough. So I pick up Brandon Ingram. He's one of my favorite guys in the draft. Well, hopefully he'll be in the draft this year. So I sent him to a free agent contract. And you see some guys that on my team I can offer team deals to. And I decided to throw in Adrian Payne as well, even though they kind of told me not to. And here's some guys who declined their offers, but there was nothing too massive. So I ended up deciding to sign Bradley Beal to a big contract. And I was thinking Whiteside too, as I could trade him pretty easily, and if not, I can find a way to trade away another one of my big men. But I like Towns, so I'd keep him. Anyways, Whiteside does not sign with us, but I am able to sign Bradley Beal for a big contract. And I found out he's like the third highest rated guard in the second season. He's like an 85, and the only guys rated higher than him are James Harden and I think DeRozan. Oh, Klay Thompson. No, Klay Thompson is actually lower than him, I believe. It's crazy. But anyways, going on to the second season, and by now I'm really pushing for the playoffs, if not the championship, as I feel like our team is very much improved with a starting lineup of Rubio, Beal, Wiggins, Towns, and Favors, and then having Levine off the bench is very nice. So I'm like, this is a solid team. They should make the playoffs or something, and I just want to see how far we could go. And we're just having a very, very solid season. We started very hot, but right now we're at like 47-23. At least at that moment I said it. And we're having a very solid season, as I just said. And here are some of the award winners. And you go through, and I know I sped past it, but Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year. And Towns, I was surprised, averaged 23-15. And he was a pretty decent outside shooter for a big man, like 30%. Like a guard, that'd be horrendous. But I mean, this guy's freaking 7 feet tall. And he was averaging a pretty decent amount of blocks, too. So it's very nice to have him. And Ben Simmons, as you see right there, he won he's on the rookie first team as well. Anyways, we were the second seed in the West this year, and I'm just going to simulate these games against the Pelicans. I think that they have no chance against me. I didn't see their exact roster, but our roster is absolutely filthy. So they do end up taking a game from us, but we have to go up against the Utah Jazz, no one I'm really too afraid about. And they win the first game, which I'm like, alright, maybe they're going to put in a fight, but we come back and we end up destroying. Even though we're losing, tied, we end up winning 4-2 in the series. And the Sixers, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Hashtag trust the process, man. I don't know why people hate on the Sixers. I don't know if I made a full-blown video about my opinions upon the Sixers, but I think that they're doing fine, or not doing fine, but what they're doing is the right thing. And the Sixers make it all the way to the finals, even though they only won 43 games that season. This is like 2011. I believe that's when Derrick Rose tore his ACL for the first time, or screwed up his knee, and he was out, and the Sixers upset the Bulls, even though it was a very good Bulls team, and they made it pretty far into the second round. But anyways, this is the 6th game on the road, and I like simcasting, and I'm looking at it right now, and we have a solid lead all throughout, and we're going to finish this up with a nice little victory in order to give us a 10-point win and a tied series 3-3 going into Minnesota. So I'm kind of nervous because this is an all-or-nothing game. Don't know how the Sixers are doing this well, actually. Like, even though I believe in the process, I don't think they're championship bound within the next year, essentially. But anything can happen. So we're having a very, very tight game. I'm liking my rebuilding skills this game. And I was not paying attention during this completely, and I looked at my freaked out. I paused so luckily on the 2-second mark. We're winning by 27. Yeah, get good, bro. I jump into the game right now, checking out what's good, and they have the ball. We're at home. We're about to win the NBA championship for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I wish I put Garnett as an assistant coach, but I forgot to do that. And what happens, happens. But anyways, there goes Jahlil Okafor with a nice little mid-range shot that he misses. But one thing you didn't get, why did it take so long for them to celebrate? Like, Bradley Beal got the rebound, and it took him like 3 seconds for them to celebrate that they just won the championship, the first time ever in the Timberwolves franchise. And this is the first time the Timberwolves have made it to a playoff since 2004. It's been a 13-year streak, at least at this point. Like, why did it take so long? But the confetti rains down, everyone's happy, dapping each other up, celebrating. It's all good. And this is actually a pretty fun rebuild, to say completely honest. Like, I enjoyed rebuilding the Timberwolves almost every year because they do have a very young and athletic core, and say I don't want them, they have pretty high trade value, and if not, they're very easy to build around. And you see right there, Karl Anthony Towns hoisting up the nice little trophy, meaning that he won Finals MVP as a sophomore in the league, which is crazy. But anyways, here's my roster for this year. Wiggins put up a nice 26 points. Towns with a nice 25 and 18. Levine with 20. Beal with only 12. I feel like a lot of shooting guards in this game is very streaky. And I'm not going to mention all of them, but you can keep on looking on the screen. Brandon Ingram actually played in the finals, which is impressive for a rookie, especially someone that skinny. And here's the rest of my team. I'll show you a little bit as well, where I actually go through the entire team in terms of the overalls, and I believe I put up their if they won any awards. And the thing is, only Towns got anything. He won All-NBA first team, or he won an All-NBA selection, as well as being a 2-time All-Star by now, I believe, at least a 1-time All-Star. But we won it in 2 seasons, which is absolutely amazing. And it, right there, 17 and 13 in the finals. And if you see at the very top, Kobe retired with the Pistons? Come on, 2K, don't play it like that. But anyways, we won the title. I was not really surprised, as the Timberwolves are pretty fun and not too hard to rebuild. But anyways, let me show off my roster. What I was saying is I'm going to show off the stats throughout the years as well. As you can see up on the screen, Rubio had a patella injury, I believe, but he did average 11 and 8 that season. And I'm not going to go through everyone's stats and whatnot, but you can see if you want. Beal had a very solid season though, and everyone else didn't expect too much. Anyways, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching this long. If you've been watching this long, please give me a thumbs up, gives me more motivation to make more videos. Comment down below what you think about this video, or who I should rebuild next, or any other comments you can think about. Share with your friends if they want to see more rebuilds, or CSB, you know, I haven't talked about him too much, but, you know, he helps out. And of course, please subscribe to this channel for more great 2K content. Thanks, have a good day.